The pictures are still on here because that's what
This is Corporal Duncan with South Carolina Highway Patrol. Mate, Post C. Case number on this will be CL-062-15. This is a reference to an incident in Hampton County on Sandy Run Road. Time is approximately 11:48. Today's date is July the 14th. I'm here with Mr. Bickhardt. Also in the room with will be Trooper Rowe and Corporal Smith. At this point in time, I'm going to get Mr. Bickhardt. Mr. Bickhardt, if you would just state your first and last name for me.
First name is Mark, M-A-R-C. Middle name is Peter, P-E-T-E-R. Last name is Bickhardt, B-I-C-K-H-A-R-D-T. Birth date is 4/18/68.
And what's your phone number that you have? And the address here? And how long have you been living here?
Gosh.
Here, just a rough estimate. It doesn't have to be exact.
2 weeks, maybe, possibly.
Where were you living at prior to that?
94 Savannah Highway.
In Beaufort?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. And as far as your educational level, what kind of education do you have?
12th grade, but I didn't graduate.
Okay. You understand how to read and write? Understand English and stuff?
Yeah, basics.
I mean, can you read?
I could read, but can't comprehend sometimes.
Okay. But you can read is what I'm saying.
Yes, I can read, but I have dyslexia.
Okay. You can write?
Yeah.
Okay. So
spelling ain't that good.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not worried about the grammatical errors.
No, I'm just telling you. I can read. I can comprehension, but spelling is not there. I was going to go back to school.
All right. Let me ask you this: how long, or is this your permanent resident as of right now, or is it just temporary?
We're hoping we've got permanent, but I'm not sure right now.
Are you living here by yourself? Or are you living with somebody?
My son should be coming, but I'm not bringing him in this situation. I got a 5-year-old son.
Okay. All right. All right, let me kind of go back. You're familiar about the incident where Stephen Smith died last Wednesday. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. What I want you to do is when was the last time you talked to Stephen?
That night.
All right. About what time? Not the text, but about what time is the last time you talked to him?
You have to remember with all this, I took my Seroquel sometime. I can't remember if the call came.
I'm just asking for a roundabout time.
I can't remember if it came after the text or before the text, because the last call I heard, I asked him on one of the calls, "Are you walking?" Because he already told me he was out of gas. He was running out of gas. One of the calls before, and I says, "Are you walking?" Because I hear cars going by, and his answer to me was no. And then the call dropped. And I don't remember if he called me because we were back and forth. The calls kept dropping.
After the call, did you text him?
I mean, I don't remember. I mean, there were texts. I mean, we had so many texts back and forth that night on me worried about him calling me. Phone service out there, and with this phone right now, we're having issues with our phones. Right. And half the times I don't have service.
Do you remember if it was daytime or nighttime when this was going on?
This is at night. This is 3 a.m.
Okay.
I believe the last text, if my mind calls me correct, that I looked at it was 3:37 a.m.
Now, was he coming over here?
He was supposed to be. He was supposed to be on the way. But from what I'm learning, he was headed home.
Okay.
But, I don't know.
Okay. So, but as far as you know, he was coming over here.
That was what we were talking about, and that's what the texts were saying.
Okay. Anything else on them texts about where he had been?
Earlier that day, before we left to go to Walterboro, because my friends had to go to GameStop to get a game. We went to Walmart. From Walmart, we went to Arby's. Then my friends went to his cousin's house. Then my sugar dropped again. We went to the exit right when you come from 57 to come here to Hampton. There's a Horn gas station, I believe it is. We went back there. I got $4 worth of gas. And my friend went in to get me a Hershey bar. Okay. And the girl, African-American girl, was pulling all the garbage and everything. He may need to go to work. Hold on. Hey. I'm in an interview. I can't talk. All right. You got to go to work? No, I already cut that off. Sorry.
Right. So
Stephen had been with you earlier in the day, right?
No, I was not seeing Stephen at all.
So
that day at all.
When's the last time you actually saw him?
Saturday.
Saturday?
But the family saying that Gray, his SUV was not around. That SUV that he came to my house, came to see me several times, and even times before that I didn't have a car, was been driving around this town.
Well, is this gray car out here the one you drive?
That's the one I drive.
Okay.
That's my Lincoln.
And you have any other cars? Is it in your name?
Yeah, that's in my name. That's registered and insured in my name.
Okay. Any other cars registered in your name?
Not registered.
But do you have any other cars?
I had to rent a car when I first came here because the transmission was having trouble.
What kind of rental car was it?
It was a Jeep.
How long did you have it?
Less than a week. About a week. I had it from Tuesday to Tuesday.
You talking about Tuesday of last week?
Yeah.
And you just turned it in?
Turned it in this Tuesday, so I had that.
You talking about today you turned it in?
No.
You talking about last Tuesday?
The Tuesday I was trying to get to, if you could, the next day that he got killed, I had the car. I had the Lincoln Tuesday.
The day that he got killed?
The day before he got killed, the Lincoln, I had the Lincoln.
Okay. All right.
So I had the Jeep the week before that.
Okay. All right.
And until that Tuesday.
So throughout the day, had you been talking with him and all?
We were mainly texting up until later on. I think I did talk to him at some point. I don't remember when. I know we talked because he said he was... I know I called him a lot of times. His signals were not good. I don't remember when, a time frame, but I know we did talk, and he said he was either a text or something. He said it was about an hour and a half out.
Okay. So, the conversation that y'all were having, what was the conversation y'all were talking about?
Mainly, was he going to come, just normal boyfriend and boyfriend talk. I mean, we love each other, yada, yada, yada. I called him at one point. I know I left messages because I didn't get him that we were going to Walterboro. And if, I think I texted him the same thing because I didn't get him because I wasn't sure whether he was in school, whether he was in work. A lot of times I'd like to text him to make sure he wasn't in school because if he was, he could get in trouble if his phone was on. So I tried to text him first. To be honest with you, the next day I was upset with him because later on that day, I had a deep gut feeling something happened. For the simple reason the phone wouldn't even would go right to voicemail.
Well, let me ask you this. Have y'all been arguing here lately?
We did have a little argument back because somebody's been messing around. He has it, and I just changed all my passwords because Craigslist things are coming in that I wasn't doing. And they're still coming in. And now, as of last night...
When you say things were coming in, what kind of things were coming in from Craigslist?
He has my pictures. I have his...
Yeah, get whatever you need.
I'm looking for my tablet if it's charged at me. I hope it's still in the car. My back's giving me issues again. Everything's in a disarray.
Is that the tablet up underneath that folder?
Goes to tell you I'm not awake. He has a lot of pictures of me. I have a lot of pictures of him. I can't look at these pictures sometimes. Sorry. I got people.
And what was the argument about that?
Mainly, I did go on and I was just talking to him because I was staying due to the fire. These are mainly of him. That he sent me. These are mainly of him. These two are me. But he has a lot of pictures of me. And I have a lot of pictures of him.
Let me see.
Yes, sir. The phone that he has is the phone off my service.
Well, let me ask you this. So, is the phone in your name?
Yeah, it's the phone I got him. It's a Verizon.
So you bought him the phone?
Well, the phone originally that the car accident I was in, my phone was damaged. They took the phone, they gave me a different phone, and because he was getting very bad service, and he's been harassed in this town. They've been messing with his lugs on the car. They've been screwing with his battery.
And when you say they, who are you talking about?
I don't know. The only one that he told me that he made it very clear to me, the guy with the tattoo. Darn it. and I was looking for, because I threw all my cases out. You guys probably don't know, some of you know, Guns N' Roses. Mm-hmm. Guns N' Roses got the skull tattoo, mm-hmm. and then underneath they got the 2 cigarettes, and it says Guns N' Roses. Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't say Guns N' Roses, but it's got the 2 cigarettes. I had to remember the tattoo. And that's basically the tattoo that this guy's got, but no, and it's big. It's bigger, but I can't remember where he said it was on the body. He told me that night that he hurt his ankle that we were on Hilton Head Beach. He told me what the tattoo was.
Okay. Let's get back to the argument. When's the last time you argued with him?
I know I was a little upset that he wasn't answering me, but I think it was mainly because
was that earlier in the night? Or was
that was Thursday. That was what I think, Wednesday or Thursday.
Were you arguing prior to that though? Have y'all been arguing prior to that?
I wouldn't say an argument. It was just I seen his Craigslist, and it was mainly what it was he put it up there to show me, his pictures and stuff that I seen, and I told him I wasn't seeing anybody. I was just texting, going back and forth. Well, he says, there's a lot of Craigslist on there. I said, they're not mine. I said, the last Craigslist I posted was a while back. And I said, somebody's screwing around with my Craigslist. I said, because they should all be down. I said, I killed all my stuff once we got serious about it. We were going to get married. I said, if it's still up there, I don't even have the passwords to get in to post anything.
Let me ask you this. Do you do drugs?
I used to. I'm a recovering addict.
What kind of drugs did you used to do?
LSD, acid. I popped a lot of pain pills.
All right. What about Stephen? Did he do any type of drugs around you?
He never did it around me, but I know he smoked weed.
Okay.
I know he smoked it because of anxiety, and I smoke weed too, but I haven't smoked it in a while.
Okay.
I'm December 5th, January 5th, February 5th, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. I'm 7 months clean. I've recently.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, all these phone calls that you're saying that you're getting, what are they saying? Besides that, the same thing will happen to you. Is it a male's voice? White, black, Hispanic?
The girls are white. The males, I don't know.
Are they giving you with a group? What are they saying?
The one girl, you could hear kids in the background. You could hear there's stuff going on in the background. But the voice is muffled. But you could tell it's a woman.
Have you got any recorded?
I'm still trying to figure out how to record while you're on the phone. That's what I've been trying to...
Have they left you any recorded messages on your voicemail?
No, but I could check that. That was something that I needed to check. Because Lollipop, don't start eating whatever on the rug, please. I don't have any money to take you to the vet. Believe me. Let me see if there's anything on here. Because there should be messages. This is the last message was 7/4/2015 from Steven. And I gave him some gas money on the 3rd.
Oh, on what? The 4th?
This is the 4th.
Okay.
And he didn't leave anything.
Put it on speakerphone.
It is. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize it. Because I know. I'll play it back. I didn't realize it.
I'm not worried about what the I just wanted to hear.
I didn't even remember it was here. So this is something I know I played it. Let me try and do this. Now let's play it. Yeah. This phone service funky. You know how to get that to play back?
Let me see.
Scroll back over with your finger. Did you have that phone there?
Huh?
Just press play.
Go ahead. I'm telling you, that's why I don't drive at this point.
Callback message 226-37.
That's the phone from Steven?
Yeah, that's the person that was calling me, and I don't know who's calling me from that number. That's the person that called that one time. That's his phone.
You write this down.
Hi, this is Elaine. I'm returning your call. I know you called last night. Give me a call back, please. Leave this message.
This number has called you several times.
Yeah, they called, and that was that. Originally, it comes up. Is that where it says boyfriend?
No.
All right, no, you got to hit boyfriend. The boyfriend is the one.
Okay.
Not that one.
All right.
Sorry.
So he doesn't say anything?
That's another night that I don't. Look at what the 4th was. Was the 4th
Saturday?
That was the night that I got a call from him. He was out at the boat landing. That's why I went to
Bobcat landing in Bamberg.
That's why. If that's, can I see the phone?
Mm-hmm.
That's the night that I did get. Let me see something, because if that's the night I believe. Yep, it's a Saturday night. That's the night that he was at the boat landing that he came here. And he didn't come here till
late. Let me ask you this question. Have you and Stephen ever been out together and been threatened by anybody?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever threatened Stephen with any harm?
No.
Have y'all ever had any physical fight?
No.
Just a normal argument?
It was just over. The thing that happened was I'm 47 years old. Stephen works a lot. Stephen works a lot and goes to school. And mainly why that was put up there, and he made it very clear to me, because he's working, going to school, and he's seen my pictures. I'm telling you, them pictures I did not put up. So I seen his pictures up there. I was living after the fire with Larry, is where I went yesterday.
And these pictures you're talking about, the ones on Craigslist?
Yeah, I didn't put them up.
On Craigslist, how's it listed on Craigslist?
I don't have a Craigslist.
I mean, but how was it listed? You had to see them.
I don't remember, because it's
Is he using an alias name, or is it?
He ain't using nothing. It was something I don't remember, because the phone and the tablet that he has, and I wonder if I tagged it. I tagged it in my pictures, because I tagged it.
Does the sister still have the tablet?
The sister has the tablet, and that's what let me show you something. Can you come over here?
Yeah.
I said to everybody, the phones, why I'm getting calls from Stephen, let me show you something. Right. And I'm going to make a point to you, and one of the cops told me no. Bull donkey. I'm going to prove. I don't know how you could do it, but how do I text myself? Because if somebody let me see something. I'm going to make a call real quick. I know I don't go out driving at all. He just freaking called me now.
Well, let me ask you this question.
I'm going to just hold on a second, please. Hey, Bubba, text me so I could show them something. Just say, hey, okay, because we got a lot going on with this. People texting me and calling me. Just text me and say, hey. I got to show them that the way this is set up on the tablets and phones, that they go into both systems.
Listen, I'm doing something on the phone right now, because I got to get back to the office for some food boxes and stuff. I'm doing something on the phone right now.
All right. Let me figure out how to get this done.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to, because I'm imagining we'll be talking with you again. Let me ask you this question. You willing to take a lie detector test saying you don't know anything about his death or had anything to do with that death?
I know a lot about what...
I didn't ask you that. Are you willing to take...
I'm willing to take a lie detector test. This is what I'm trying to show you. The texts that go to my phone go to that. That's why that tablet is proven to everything. Now, what I know is I feel that the escort agency has something to do with this.
Who is the escort agency?
That's why we need the phone and the tablet. Because he told me when he came Saturday, end quote, that when he came that I was going to have to get waxed down, everything, and look like a boy. And it was going to be, and I said, I'm not comfortable with father-son deal when we're boyfriend and boyfriend. But there is something going on this Saturday.
Okay. Where is the escort agency?
That I don't know, because I only learned about this a couple of weeks ago. I don't have information on what escort agency, where it is. I know I worked for one way back when, and he said it ain't that one.
Well, let me ask you this. You say you work for an escort agency. Wait, and I'm not. Don't try to read in the question. Did you ever give him any idea of about trying to work into an escort agency?
No.
Did you give him? Did you talk to him about how an escort agency worked?
No, because he already knew.
Okay. Who, other than you, who else would he may have been seeing?
That's a good question, because according to the sister, he's been seeing other guys, and the father passed a comment when he was walking out. He may be using them for money, and I didn't have the money for him to be using me.
Let me ask you this: have you ever seen him with anybody else?
No, I haven't.
How long have y'all been together?
His birthday is the 29th of January. He was shaking his booty at the club, and he wasn't even 18. So that's probably why that club was closed. Because his birthday is the 29th, and
but what I'm saying, how long have y'all been together?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He was shaking his butt at the club, dancing at the club. I want to say the 26th, 27th.
Which club is this?
It's been closed up. It was in Charleston.
You know the name of it?
I don't remember the name of it. I went there with a friend, and that's when we first met.
So you met him back in January, basically.
When he supposedly was 18, but his birthday is not until the 19th.
Right.
29th, I mean.
So you met him.
He wasn't even 18, but we didn't do anything because he had to leave.
Okay. When did you officially start really going or hanging out with him, going out with him, whatever you want to call it?
Like around my birthday of that year.
When is your birthday?
April 18th, 1968.
So y'all been seeing each other on a regular basis since April, really?
Well, it's been regular, but I didn't get the car. When he could come to me, or I could get anywhere down here, I could get a friend to bring me down towards this area.
How many arguments have y'all ever had?
I say just the one.
And that was just prior to his death, right? That was over the Craigslist.
It wasn't really an argument.
It was a disagreement then.
It was a disagreement. I wouldn't say we fought. I was mainly upset because of the thing, but we weren't like threatening each other. I mean, it wasn't a threat. It wasn't a threatening.
That's not the question I'm asking you. I said the argument or disagreement.
But I'm making it clear it wasn't there weren't threats. We were both upset too. Why the pictures are getting put up? Why? And me seeing it. I mean, to be honest with you, when I seen pictures that I've never seen, I was down on my hands and knees crying.
Let me ask you this next question: when the phone call dropped and he was walking, did you ever make a comment or ask him, "Do you want me to come get you"?
I couldn't come get him, and that was what I was saying.
Why couldn't you come get him?
I didn't have enough gas, and he didn't want me to come with the gas that was in the car. I didn't have gas.
Okay. After that, after you dropped the phone, the last text or the last phone call, what was the last thing y'all said to one another?
The last thing he said is, "I'm on my way." The text, I'm not sure which one came. I believe it said I'm 30, 40 minutes away.
Did you text him back and say anything?
I believe I did, but I don't.
Okay, what did you say to him?
I don't remember. That's what I'm telling you. Seroquel was already in my body at that point. It was impossible for me to go anywhere, and he knew that.
I'm not.
But I'm saying to you, it was the fact that no gas, the fact that Seroquel was kicking. He knew that.
So if I
could you wait a minute? I want to get. He was not normal.
And when you say not normal, what do you mean by not normal?
He sounded like he was drugged. He doesn't take drugs. He doesn't drink other than smoke weed. He sounded like he was on something. He played it off to me on the call that I was talking to him a little bit earlier before, all this, that he said to me, end quote, "I'm tired. I've been at school and work, and I'm tired." And I believe I said to him, "It doesn't sound like tired." And he says, "Mark, I'm just tired."
Okay.
I believe if he was drugged and he came here, the house in the back, I don't know if this yellow car, the windows are tinted dark, but there's a yellow car that comes in that goes to the back people in the back.
And what's that got to do with this?
I don't know. If the yellow car that supposedly the sister says he was driving, windows are tinted, then he has been in here to the back.
But as of, he's never been here though.
He's been here, yes, he's been here.
But what's the reason for the yellow car?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If that's the car that I'm thinking, because I've only seen that car once that I've seen it. When he came here, I didn't see the car.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what car he came in. I assumed even on that date that I went to the house, he was still, because one of the texts and one of the calls that we talked, I asked him, did you get, because he came out to, when I was staying at Red Roof Inn, he came out in the Ford. That was one of the last times I seen him before I went to Larry. And all that stuff coming down with that little disagreement was when I was at Larry's. That tablet is his, and I'm telling you, the shit that's going on is off that tablet. That's why I wanted to show you that, because you can route the phone calls through the tablet, and it can still come up as number.
Well, Martin, let me ask you this. If I got some other questions later on, you willing to come in?
I'm willing to do whatever you want. I just can't drive right now.
I'm not asking that right now.
Whatever you want me to bend over backwards, you want me to do whatever you need me to do. I'm telling you, I'm not the one.
Okay.
I don't care what you want me to do.
Okay.
I will do anything you need.
Let me ask you this. Do y'all have any mutual friends that y'all were around?
Yes, there's a couple guys in town.
What are their ages?
One of them, I believe, is 18. A couple of them one of them was in Walterboro.
Did he ever say he was with any of those that night?
He didn't say anything, but the kid that he took to Swishesville, C.
So
that's somebody he goes to school with.
Let me start a little timeline here. All right, he died Wednesday morning. Is that correct?
Correct.
So Tuesday, let's say around 6 o'clock. Did you think you talked to him around 6 o'clock Tuesday? Whether by text or phone?
We talked all the time. I mean, you're asking questions. You got to remember, I did heavy drugs and stuff. I'm lucky I can remember some things. It's taking me time just to put a timeline together now. I mean, the drugs
but
I'm lucky I can't even, if I don't put something by the door to go out the door, to go do something, I have to come back 20 times to get it. I mean, I'm putting it straight out to you, straightforward. So you're asking me questions. The phone is going to be more answers that can give you than I can give you on when we text. We text. I mean, I'm being straightforward with you. I'm not gonna tell you something and be caught in a lie because I don't remember when we talked, when we didn't. We were talking and texting all the time, sir. So I don't remember time. It's possible.
Here's the problem I have with it. And I'll go ahead and tell you the problem I have with it is you're able to tell me about all this other stuff that went.
But
let me finish. I'm not asking specific questions. I'm asking for a broad. I'm giving you a broad time. I said approximately. I'm not asking you to say 6:01 or 6:10, and I'm asking specific things that he may have said. But you can tell me what somebody said yesterday, calling you and harassing you, and
because certain things stick in my mind. Yeah, we probably did text. Yes. I mean, I can tell you we text all the time. If we text, yes, I know we were texting.
Let me go ahead and tell you this. If you know anything and you're trying to hide it from me, let me finish. Whether you had anything to do with it or not, understand you can be held just as accountable for it. I mean, if it's somebody you know, some information that
the only thing that I know is when the time that before the fire, and I said this to the sister, the one thing that was said that when I picked up the check for my deposits to the landlord, he, outside his church, he says, you and Stephen are going to burn in hell for being in a gay relationship, and it's sex. Either one of you or both of you. That's the only thing. And that night that we were either going to the beach or coming, that we stopped at a gas station, and he was the one just get in the car, Mark, don't engage with him. It's not fucking worth it. We were at, I think it was the Shell going towards...
and what night was this?
It was a Friday night, but I don't remember the date.
Friday night before 4th of July?
Yeah, it was way before the 4th of July. It was the weekend of the fire, and I don't remember what weekend with everything going on.
But you keep talking about this fire. What kind of fire?
It was electrical fire because me and Stephen went over to the guy to talk about him working on the house.
How far you were? What
This was your previous residence?
Yes, there was the guy was a Mexican. He didn't know what he was doing with construction. There was problems with the other guy putting GFIs in. It rained Sunday morning into Monday morning. I got woken up by my son and the other two kids, and they're saying smoke. The smoke detectors didn't even go off. I guess because of the rain and whatever they were doing. Here, let me show you. The guy was putting these long nails through the walls. Okay, actually, I have it better because I printed it.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, but the fact is, one of the wires, because I had to get my old washer back from a friend and dryer, one of the wires went right through where the wire for the dryer is. And that must have set a lot of issues off. And it started a fire in the house. That was 94.
Can I ask you one thing?
What?
You can remember everything about everything else.
Because you're asking specific things that I can't give you.
But you can be in detail, but where this nail went, what wire it struck, but you can't remember, and this happened
less than a week ago.
Yeah, less than a week ago, and you can't remember last time we talked.
Okay, let me explain it to you. Some of these things, I wasn't on my Seroquel. I wasn't taking my Seroquel. That's the difference that you're asking. When some of these things happen, I wasn't taking my Seroquel. That is the difference that you're asking. The calls and some of the things that he's asking me that night, that's one of the reasons why I couldn't go. You see when you came in today, up until now, I'm still coming off of it. You could see me when I'm on first thing in the morning. You look at my eyes. They're not bloodshot. They're red from the Seroquel.
So when did you take it? That, Tuesday? Mm-hmm. When did you take that Tuesday? You took that Tuesday night?
Tuesday.
When Stephen called you?
I took it way before that. Because he has the habit of calling and saying he's going to come, and he can't come because then he's got to go do something else.
So, basically what you're saying, so what you can be telling us now could not be true then, right?
It is true, because the texts are going to tell you what it is.
But you say that you can't remember.
I took it about 1 o'clock. It takes an hour or so before it really, or 2 hours or 3 hours before it starts working. Before I totally go out, you're looking at about 4 hours. And then at that point, I'm out for a while. If there's a fire in here, if that fire would have happened when I took my medicine when the kids started going to sleep at 10 o'clock, by 1 o'clock, if that fire would have happened between 1 and, say, 4 in the morning, we would all burnt in hell. Because I cannot physically, I can hear what goes on, whether or not I can't physically get up. The body is like, you're making a face.
Yeah, I am. Because all this stuff that you're telling me is...
Talk to my doctor and you talk.
Well, I don't need to talk to you, doctor. I'm talking to you. You can recall so much from everything else, even when you take your medicine. And then you're telling me, now because we give you like a little bit of timeline, you say you take it at 1 o'clock, and it takes 1 hour, or maybe 2, or maybe 3. It
depends on what medicine I'm taking. I take multiple. All right, listen. If you're trying to run the phone records, it's going to tell it. Take the phone. I'm not going to be ridiculed I'm not going to be ridiculed. I already got the mother telling me and making accusations.
And nobody here has made no accusations. The problem I have with is you're not able to recall things that you say, and that in itself to me is a problem. Okay. All
right, fine. I understand that.
But you're saying you're receiving these phone calls from people who are threatening you from the Cayman Islands. You're saying that you're receiving them from people around here.
I don't know. Did I say around here? I said that they're saying I'm going to die. They're unavailable numbers. How do I know? You see that the phone says the Cayman Islands. All right, but the ones that are unavailable until phone records are pulled, I don't know where they're coming from.
I will say this. I don't have anything else for you. All right? But I will say, if you want to cooperate, continue to cooperate.
I'm cooperating, but you're.
I'm not saying you're not cooperating. See, you're jumping to accusations just because we're asking you questions.
I don't have answers. It's not that I don't like. I don't have answers.
You do have answers.
But I don't know.
Wait a second. You say the phone's going to answer it, and I'm good with that. All right. But the problem is some of the.
Do you understand how many times we text?
Doesn't matter. Okay, let me ask you this. I can tell you right now. I can tell you what my wife or anybody, and I text a lot with my wife and my daughter, and I can pretty much tell you. I can't tell you every word that they say, but I can give you the gist of the conversation.
And I can give you that, but
that's all I'm asking. I'm not asking, and I've told you this from the beginning. I'm not asking for specifics. I'm just asking to be general. I come in here telling you timeline, same thing. I'm not asking you to
a
tell
lot
me.
of the texts are what we're going to do, or can he come by, or do you want me to meet you? One of the texts, and I don't remember exactly whether it was Wednesday night, but I know Tuesday or Monday night, I did text him, and he was coming from school, or was supposed to be, do you want me to cook you something?
That's all I'm asking for. One of the things I'm asking for on some of these texts, did he say anything while he was walking, like, there's something suspicious?
He never said he was walking. I said to you, I asked because I heard the tires. Are you walking? His answer to me was no.
Okay. Did he ever say anything suspicious was happening to him? Or
that night?
Yes.
He did say that he felt he was being followed.
Okay. And did he give you any indication? And I'm not, like I said, this is generic. I don't expect...
Well, if you ask specific questions, I'm going to give you what I know.
I have been asking you the same questions I'm asking you now. But
Can I do something?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
All right. The thing I'm asking is, when he said that he felt like he was being followed, did he say, there's a car following me, or I was in a restaurant, or I was at the gas station?
They said he was up there, but he was up at that blinking light up there. He said to me. His family said he was up at the Exxon. He said he was up, and I can't remember. If you go out, like you're going out to Walterboro, sir, there's a four-way blinking light, and there's a store right to the right.
Mm-hmm. Snyder's Crossroads.
Mm-hmm. Oh, see, I don't know where. He said he was out there. They said he got cigarettes at Exxon.
Now, let me ask you this. Is that where he said he felt like he was being followed at?
Yes, he said that he was being harassed at that store.
By who?
He didn't say. He said it was a couple of guys in the pickup truck. If I recall correctly, he said they were rednecks. But I know.
Did he ever give you a description of the pickup truck? Yeah, he may or may not.
He said it was big and it was tall. He didn't give me a description with the mud tires. But the last time we talked, that night, before the phone went down, and I said to him, are you walking or not? I called him back. Or was that before? I know at one point I heard mud tires. I heard big mud tires. Big mud tires. And
In other words, when you say you hear
in the background,
are you hear him whining? Is what you're trying to say? Like,
yeah, I hear the mud tires like they're coming towards him or going past him, because they sounded loud. That they were getting louder, and that I believe was the last time I talked to him.
So you asked him what was going on. What are you doing? You asked him what he was doing.
At one point, yes, I did. He said he was coming to me.
No, when you heard those mud tires, you didn't ask him.
That was
what's
the point.
Going on? What
Because first I heard a semi, then I heard the mud tires. Right after all that, it went down. The phone went on me.
So he had you on speakerphone?
I don't think so.
So you can hear mud tires while he
I don't know what he did.
Now I'm asking you, can you hear mud tires while he on the phone while he walking down the highway?
I guess. I mean, I don't know, because I know if I'm walking, you could hear a lot on the phone. It depends on how we have the phone turned
up. If he on speakerphone, yeah, but if he ain't on speakerphone, how can you hear it?
I don't know. Then I guess it's on speakerphone, but I know I can't. You could hear certain things when I'm walking.
How do you know there was mud tires?
By the sound of them. Basically, you know, like a big truck with big tires, you could hear your.
And how about the semi?
The semi, you could hear it was a semi. My uncle drove semis.
So you can hear it was a semi, then the.
I could identify the two different vehicles, yes.
You don't remember about what time that was?
I'm not asking you specific.
If you give me a minute, I'm trying to put. That was a little bit before. And the call before that, I heard a lot of dogs in the background, like barking. And I don't know where he was at that point. But them tires, and that's why I went out to the scene. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see, because the semi was the first one, and then
you went to the scene.
I went to the scene because I went out to the house, because he also told me.
What time did you go to the scene?
The day after the wake.
Oh, the day after the wake.
Because I didn't even know I didn't know until my friends started telling me, you're talking about Stephen Smith. I didn't even know he had passed away or he was hit. I didn't know nothing about this until I was going to go to an NA meeting. And my friend gave me gas to go, and I drove right by the wake. And that's when I drove by, and she asked me again, you're talking about Stephen Smith, 19 years old. That's when I learned this happening.
Okay. Stephen had an alias name, Brian. You ever know him about him using that?
Yeah, that's a killer. I heard about that. That's something he uses. Brian. It ain't just Brian he uses. Brian. Is it Brian? Brian something was something he used. Now that you mention it, that jars a memory. Brian. It wasn't just Brian he used on.
Is that the alias name he used for the sex chat rooms and
Craigslist?
Craigslist?
Not the Craigslist, but I don't know about sex chats, but I know about escort agent. But it wasn't just Brian. I gotta really think about that one. There was something else, Brian. I want to say Brian something, but it wasn't just Brian. Brian wasn't Brian Brown, but it was. There was something else added to that to use for the escort agency.
Well, what's the escort agency you have worked for?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to get that. It's Ashley's Escort Agency.
Ashley, where at?
She's at Hilton Head.
At Hilton Head?
Yeah. My phone will take a minute. I don't know which one he was using, but I know we were supposed to go do something this Saturday. And it was supposed to be the whole weekend. He was going to take off school and everything.
I would probably say,
if it has to do with anything, but what I'm going to tell you is what I know.
Okay.
And I know enough of enough. His sister, when it was like he was going to do anything, like I showed one of the officers, like if you go on Craigslist and you just go out, clear out, like if you're an officer and you're talking to me, and I say I need money to perform a service, that's an automatic go to jail card. Alright, an automatic, there's a lot of noises that drive me nuts around here right now. A go to jail card. I know that he told me the sister will do the calls and work a lot of it.
This is his twin sister?
Yeah, the little one. And I know very well there's a lot of things that bother me that I back myself out of the house. Let me get what I got for you. Because I haven't worked for her in a while. Ashley. It should be under something else. No. It's gotta be here. Ashley. I know her. This is it here. She gives me. Yeah, this is it here. This is the escort. It doesn't have the escort thing, but this is her number. But a lot of the
Yes,
times.
ma'am. How are you?
Right. My name is Gwen Banfield.
Mark.
Bridget. He's a client of ours.
This guy here?
Yes, Glenn. Hey. That's that number.
Hey. How you doing? Hey.
So as far as the last time you was working the escort service, how long ago was that?
5 years ago. Okay. I don't want to get involved in y'all. He called and said that he.
We're not accusing him, and he hasn't been read rights.
No.
This is just an interview with him.
Okay, so I can.
Yes, ma'am. This is not
yeah.
any accusations or anything like that.
He called and said that he was experiencing some kind of meltdown. He called the office a few minutes ago and got the case manager kind of alerted. So.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to get into a therapist because I got a lot of shit going on, and they won't. That Ashley's not around.
Okay, well I'll try to see if I can get you an appointment.
Okay.
Okay. I'm at my office.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Go ahead. What were you asking?
When was the last time you had any dealings with Ashley's escort service?
I called there a couple times, but they weren't willing to use me anymore because they weren't using males down that way.
Okay. Let me ask you this: could it have been of your age, possibly because of your age?
Probably, because a lot of them is my age, And a lot of the guys, if it's me, want me totally shaved down. Any of the kids, the younger kids, I hate to say it, and it's sick as a fucking could be, if they're 19 or if they're 25 or 36, they want them looking like boys.
Let me ask you this.
And
go
ahead.
No.
I'm giving you what I know.
Okay.
Okay, you want to know about them? 90% of it, and I'm not saying any use, 90% of these guys that are using the escort agency are guys that have money, and they're usually older, and they're looking for guys that look like kids.
Now, you don't know if he was working with an escort agency.
I know he was because he told us.
But it wasn't Ashley.
No, I know it wasn't Ashley.
Sure
yes, well, he said no. I mean, when I asked him, was it, and I showed him the number, he told me no.
Okay.
But Ashley does all over, so it's possible.
So it's possible that...
It's possible, but he looked right at me and said no.
Did he ever give you a name of the escort service he may have been working?
No, he never gave it to me.
Okay.
And, I mean, he sometimes gave me names, but I'm really bad with names.
We need to...
Yeah, that's a good question. Are there any other escort agencies that he may be using?
I mean, they're all over the place.
What's some names of?
I don't know. I mean, I'm wanting to go on the thing right now, but the way I am, I don't know. What you have to Google is Google.
That's all right. I mean, I'm
Google escort agency, Google male escorts, and they're gonna pop a lot of things, and then a lot of them numbers are being killed. A lot of them, because Ashley's number may not be actually active, because I know one of the reasons why she stopped using males. The reason why we use escort agencies, all right, Craigslist is entirely a no-no a lot of times. People are getting killed. An escort agency, how it works, is if I go out on a job, all right, once I get to my destination, I call there. They know I'm there. Once I go in and meet with the customer, because they got to pay you up front. No matter what, at any point there's a problem, I back myself out. The customer already knows that. I got to go somewhere once I get my money, put it wherever I'm going to put it, tell her whether we're going to stay there, move to another location. If I move to another location or they want to move me, I got to call the escort agency. That's the difference about using an escort agency and doing a freelance. Freelance, you're going to wind up somewhere dead. Okay. I'm telling you, if this has to do with freelance, that could be why. But I know whatever going on has to do with a club. We're going to go to a club, but I know the club he was dancing at closed. I thought he said...
Has he been to any other clubs that you know of?
Yes. Like I said, I don't remember the name. He said it's one that does, but from my worst memory, I thought he said that the one that he went through, and now I remember there is another one that will let him in. Because there's another one, that one closes by midnight. The other one that we were talking about going, he could only go in with me. And that closes at 1 a.m. And I'm trying to remember for the worst of me what night we were asking.
Well, let me ask you one other thing then, pretty much. As far as Stephen goes, though, he never specifically told you he was doing any of that, as far as you know.
Go to the Pacific, what, your escort agency?
Whether he's doing it freelance or through an escort agency.
He's been doing it both ways.
So you know that he's been doing it both ways?
Yes.
All right.
You want me to tell you why?
What I'm going to do is basically, you got some pretty decent information.
But I'm going to tell you why. He said, and he did lie about this, he said he was living with Mama. And he said the money that he's making off this is helping his mother. Now I come to find out he's living with Dad.
Okay.
So there is a little bit of fibbing there.
Okay.
But I'm going to say one other thing before you go to what you're going to go. He did not want me in Hampton City. He did not want me in Hampton. He wanted me in Somerville or Walterboro. He didn't even want me in Walterboro. He wanted me in Somerville.
Okay.
And he said that things were going to come down if I was here. And we've been seen in town hugging and kissing. The night that I came out was a Sunday night. And I'm trying to remember when my little trust went in, because I don't think my checks went in, because I pulled money out of Bank of America. Because I know that he needed money for his uniforms. His sister said, this is, I believe, what is this? This is the Cayman Islands. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, hi, is Mark available?
Yes.
Is this him?
Yes.
Perfect. My name is Sandra, and I'm calling with the law offices of Lexington Law Firm. How are you doing today?
Yes, ma'am. What could I do for you?
I just wanted to go over.
I can't deal with that. Ma'am, I can't deal with that now.
Okay, well, is there a time maybe a little bit later you can
Tomorrow, ma'am. I told you I didn't have the money for it. Okay?
Okay,
It's
do you
really...
have our telephone number to give us a call back at here, Mark?
Yes, I have your number.
All right, perfect. Give us a call when you can, okay?
All right. I'll miss you something. They're almost exactly the same numbers. I'll miss you something. And it would be because it comes up Cayman Islands. 3, 4, 4.
Hope you got anything else?
Mm-mm.
Y'all go ahead. I'll be right outside.
All right.
Marty, is there anything else that you think you can think of?
I have a big issue with the system.
That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Like I said, we are dumping the phone.
I have no issue with that. You want this phone?
No, that's fine. If I need it, I'll get it from you.
I'm trying to see something because I'm trying to see the number for the Cayman Islands.
All right, basically what I'm going to do is just conclude the interview.
I can tell you, no, it is a different number.
Okay.
It is a different number. He was the one that told me the last thing, if you want to keep it recording.
I've got it.
He told me the first time that I did pick him up the first night, he says that I love you, I want to be with you, but when you need to get your stuff straightened out to a place of living, and I need to get a few things straightened out in Hampton.
Okay.
But he did say to me, and he said once I can graduate, he wanted to move back to Florida.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you, man.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
I'm telling you, man to man, that if it has to do with me, I'm not knowing.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, I was here.
And I'm not trying to accuse you of that, but some of the things that that's why the frustration sets in as far as you can remember this, but you can't remember that.
Because you got to understand, I got a lot of brain injuries.
Okay.
And you're trying to hit me with things just to get a timeline. I mean, I hadn't think because I'm thinking in my head that these calls are coming in Thursday morning.
I got you.
And I really had to look and and ask my friend, because you're banging me on dates and times. I had to call my friend and ask him, was this Wednesday morning or was this Tuesday morning? To when we went to Walterboro.
Okay.
Because in my own little head, I got a lot of brain injuries. And I'm telling you what I know. But when you start, to me, digging a lot of information, I go in a major...
Let me explain that digging information is. That's all for your behalf and mine and his.
But and I understand that. But you got to understand, I get overwhelmed and hit real quick.
Okay.
If I come up with anything...
Let me go through this, and then I've got to go because we've got one other place to go to. If I have any more questions, may not.
Whatever you need, I'm willing.
Okay.
You want me to take a lie detector test? I'm telling you, I'll do it. Let's do it. Set it up.
Okay.
Let's do it because I'm telling you, I didn't do this.
And that's what if it comes to that, we'll get together on that.
Listen, you want to do a cavity search, whatever you need, I'm willing.
Okay.
I will go to the end of the earth for him. But I'm telling you, man to man, I did not kill him.
Okay. All right. Mark.
But can I ask a question?
Yes.
Until this is proven, she's saying I'm stalking her. The problem I got with that is when I got a text a call from one of the friends that we all know, said to me that she just called back after you left and she left the clerk up there at the Shell and asked where you were going, what the guy told you that you know, where you're going and what do you do. I got an issue with that. I don't stalk the woman.
If you start running into a situation like that,
I asked the officer. I called dispatch last night. I'm feeling that I backed off going out to that area because I was by the Piggly Wiggly and I knew there was an officer not too far. You gotta remember, I'm an ex-gangbanger.
I understand.
And I get a sense feeling to what I'm feeling. The mother was staring at me at the.
Well, if you start having issues with it, just go back up there, and they'll take out whatever they need to do. They'll write up the paperwork, and you can get this stopped. Okay. So,
I feel, and these little unavailables, I feel they're coming from the system.
Okay.
The system. What do you need from Verizon?
Oh, I don't need it. I've already got everything I need. I mean, we get a search warrant for it and all.
All right.
So you don't have to.
So you know that's my phone that I got.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I have. You want to search? You want to search the house? Go ahead and do
Nope,
what you got to
nope,
do.
not-
I'm telling you.
Like
what,
I said,
you
right
want to
now-
search the car? Search the car.
Right now.
I have no issue with whatever you want to do.
And like I said, right
I'm
now.
not the one you're looking for.
Right now, you're the closest thing though that we can get information from.
Because I mean, whether he's close, but he told me to watch out for his sisters.
I understand.
But what I'm heard about mostly is I loved him. I was in love with him. And he said that the family would accept me no matter what. And I'm hurt by what the mother's doing.
Okay.
And that's mainly what's bothering me.
I understand.
And I am insecure being here because I got to, at some point, bring my son here. And I don't know that that's a good idea at this point.
I understand. All right. Well, I will be getting back in touch with you if you need anything.
I mean, anything you need, guy, I have. I mean,
That's fine.
I moved here because of Steven, so we could be closer.
Okay.
Why would the fuck I kill him?
I understand. Nobody's accusing you of that.
But the mother is going around town saying it.
People go around saying a lot of things at a lot of times. You have to understand.
But you understand she's grieving like I am.
I know. I understand it.
I understand she's a grieving mother. But I deal with...
That's why I will tell you, just back away. Don't say anything. You know.
One thing I thought of, you might want to put that on. One thing I thought of is that trailer that the first time when I got my car and we met, and this is why even making calls, I could call somebody and talk to them for 20 an hour and stuff, hang up and remember something. That's why I say brain injuries. He told me the time that we had the altercation coming from the beach. It was coming from the beach because I had to get gas in the Lincoln.
Right.
He said about the trailer because that was the trailer. I went out to the house. I wanted to look at what he was telling me because when I went to bed at night. There's that trailer next to the property. There's a sign of him going in the window, and apparently when he was in high school, like not senior year, but one of the years before, he didn't give me a time frame.
Sometime in high school.
Sometime in high school. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
That he went in that trailer with one of the guys, and there was an altercation in there, and the father put him going in there. Apparently, there may still be stuff of his in there.
Okay.
That was why I went out, but I just went out to see. I went to look at tracks in and out of there.
Okay.
I'm assuming one of your officers went to the back, but that trailer, the one with the picture, I can't remember for the world of me what he said about that 60. Another thing, why I can think of it, there were people mocking him every time this Craigslist went up.
Mm-hmm.
There was something that he did put up that I did see, and I did call him and text. I think called him. I don't want to go into. I text him.
Right, I understand.
I mean, because you
communicated with him.
We communicated. I don't know if it's call or text, because a lot of times I'm not a big texter.
Right.
I mean, so a lot of times I will try and text him. Not to get off track. He said to me, "Oh, darn it! I just lost it." He said to me about that they said that he raped the kid, but the kid was on top of him. Steven was mostly a bottom. And he said when the first time that we were at my house at 94, he says, I never top. You're the second man that I have done this with. I'm usually always a bottom and do oral. You're the second man, and the first man wound up beating the shit out of me.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well,
the age difference, I know.
I'm not worried about that age difference. What I'm telling you is because I actually got to go do another one. I will contact you back, and if
I was at the funeral home. I was getting bad vibes from the mother's friend. He did tell me about the two barn girls. Okay. They always try to mess up his boyfriend and stuff. This, and I don't mean to point, but this is why he didn't want me around the family for some reason.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, there were texts that he was supposed to be coming here. He never showed up.
Okay.
And I was getting a little upset. Why didn't you show?
I mean,
there was never a physical, verbal. There may have been little things that we were having little disagreements, but we never argued as far as verbal, as far as physical. Okay. I never got physical with him.
Okay.
And honestly, I will put a woman down on the ground verbally. I will get physically verbal with a woman. I have been assaulted by a woman. My sister tried to cut my own shit off. That's why I'm gay. With a fucking meat cleaver to boot. So I don't deal with women at all.
I understand.
Okay, but we never got physical in anything. Okay. And if it was physical, it was sexual.
Okay.
All right. That was about the only physical things we did together.
Okay, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.